Alright, good morning everyone. Today is 30th April and today is Thursday. So for today's lesson, I will be guiding you going through this heuristic 2A, list and check and grouping method. We will be completing page 22, page 23, page 24 and page 25 for today's lesson. So if you have not taken out your heuristic worksheet, please pause the video and take out your heuristic worksheet now. Alright, so today we will be working on heuristic 2A and today's date is April 30th April 2002. Okay, right. Want you to make a slight corrections. A more correct method should be not guess and check but list and check and grouping method. Alright, so meaning to say for today all the 4 questions I will be getting you to solve the 4 questions using both method, list and check and grouping method. Alright, some of you might find list and check easier to understand, some of you might find grouping. Alright, so no matter what, I will actually guide you to solve all the 4 questions using both methods. Alright, both methods. Okay, and you are allowed to use calculator for all the 4 questions. Okay, so today's lesson, the video will come in 2 parts. Part 1, I will be guiding you to solve question 1 and question 3. Okay, so after this video you will be working out question 2 on your own because question 2 is similar to question 1. Okay, after that you will be doing question 4 on your own because question 4 is similar to question 3. Okay, I will also not be giving you the answers for question 2 and 4 for very simple reason. Once I give you the answer, you actually do not need to list and check already. Alright, so I want you to go through the steps of able to come up with a correct listing and checking. Okay, alright, so without further ado, let's look at question number 1. So as you can see for question number 1, there are 2 methods. Method number 1 is list and check and method number 2 is grouping. Alright, so let's look at question number 1 and see how both methods can be used to solve this. Okay, alright, so for question number 1, Andrew had some $1, $5 and $10 notes. So that's the first condition that we're looking about, which amount to be $200 in total. He had the same number of the $5 and the $10 notes, and the $1 notes is actually 5 times the number of the $5 notes. And the question asks you how many notes did she have in total. Alright, so there are a few conditions we need to fulfill here. Number 1, the notes that she has is actually $1, $5 and $10 notes. Okay, second condition, if we were to add out all the notes that she has $200 in total. Third condition, she has the same number of $5 and the $10 notes. And fourth condition, the number of the $1 notes is actually 5 times the number of the $5 notes, meaning to say it's also the $10 notes, because remember condition number 3 says that the number of the $5 and the $10 notes is actually the same. Alright, so now this is a standard way of coming out with the table. So in this case you will have to guess how many $1, $5, $10 notes, and you have to check the total. And lastly, now this is a very important part. When you're doing list and check method, the last column must always tell the marker what are you checking. In this case, can you write down this part? You are checking whether if the total is, that is to fulfill a second condition, $200. Okay, you must write this down so that the marker knows that you know what you are doing, what are you checking. Now this is actually part of the method marks. Even though eventually you might not able to get the final answer, but if you're able to tell the marker that you know that you need to check ensuring that total amount is $200, that that marker will able to award you with method marks. Okay, right, so let's see. Now let's say we try to guess list down the minimum. Let's say if what about if she has one $5 and one $10 notes. Remember, condition number 3 say $5 and $10 notes are all the same. Then number 4, condition 4 say the $1 notes must be 5 times. So 1 times 5. So this is our first list. We just want to see whether how far we are. So the total will be 5 times $1, 1 times $5, and 1 times $10. Alright, so that will be the total amount, and that will be $20. And we have to check that is it $200? Obviously no. Alright, so put a cross there. Alright, so you can see that we only have $20, but the total amount, condition number 2 says it has to be 200. We are too far away. Alright, so let's say I say maybe let's try 5 times. 5 times. Alright, so 1 times 5, 1 times 5. That means 5 times 5, 25. Alright, remember the number of condition number 4, $1 notes is 5 times the number of $5 notes. So 5 times 5, 25. Okay, so the amount will be 25 times $1. $1 will be $25. 5 times $5, $25. And 5 times $10, which is 50. So answer 100. It still cannot because the total has to be 200. Okay, but you find that now we are actually half. $100 is actually half of $200. Okay, so maybe some of you might say, okay, then in that case I double it. I double 100, double is 200. So if I double it, 5 times 2, 5 times 2, 25 times, in this case 5 times, right? So 5 times 10. Alright, so 50 times $1, $50. 10 times 5, $50. 10 times $10 notes, 100. 50 times, sorry, 50 plus 50 plus 100, 200. Yes, this is what we want because you have to ensure that the total is 200. Okay, so once you got your answer, you will need to stop. Alright, so you do not need the last row. Alright, it doesn't matter. Alright, so in this case I will know that the question asks how many notes. So number of notes, I have $51 notes, I have 10 $5 notes, I have 10 $10 notes. Right, so total 70. Okay, so that is called list and check method. Now what about grouping method? Now for grouping method, what we are doing is we going to group them together, and we are able to do this because we know number 1, condition number 3 tells us that the number of the $5 and the $10 notes are the same. Number 4, condition 4 says the $1 note is 5 times the $5 and the $10 notes. Meaning to say, what I'm going to do is I want to group them into one group, as in I group my 5 $1 notes and 1 $5 notes and 1 $10 notes. Okay, I'm going to group these three together. Okay, so it's quite similar to my first one. Okay, now that means what I'm saying that I'm going to let one group be 7 notes. The 5, the 1, and the 1. 5 plus 1 plus 1, 7. Okay, so that is my one group. In one group, there are 7 notes, and within the 7 notes there are 5 $1 notes, 1 $5 notes, and 1 $10 notes. And the total amount that I'm talking about is $5, $5, $10. That would be $20. So my one group is $20. Okay, so if one group is $20 and my total amount is 200, I want to know how many groups I have. I simply just get 200 divided by $20, because 200 is my total and one group is $20. So if I get 200 divided by $20, I will know that I have a total of 10 groups. Okay, and remember this part here, each group there are 7. So if I want to know how many nodes I have, I just get 10 groups, and one group there are 7, so 10 times 7, so 70. So it's the same answer. She had 70 nodes altogether. Alright, so this is grouping method. Alright, you let one group, because you know the ratio, okay, the ratio. There will be the next topic they'll be learning. You know the ratio is 5 $1. Let's look at your group one again. 5 $1 notes, 1 $5 notes, and 1 $10 notes. So that is my one group 7. From here I will know one group is $20, and since the total amount is $200, 200 divided by $20, that's one group. I will know that I need a total of 10 groups. Each group has 7 nodes, so 10 times 7, 70 nodes in total. Alright, okay, so as I said already just now, some of you might find list and check method easier or grouping method easier, doesn't matter. Okay, but for this exercise heuristic 2A, I want you to try both methods. Okay, both methods. Of course, during test or exam, alright, you are allowed to choose either one. Alright, either one. Okay, so later on, after this video, you will be doing question 2 on your own. And I said earlier, question 2 is quite similar to question 1. Alright, in terms of format. So what you will do is you will be trying out method 1, which is the list and check, and later on you will try method 2. Okay, don't write it down first because you do not know how much space you will need. So try to write a bit smaller because you need the space for both methods. Okay, so let us try question 3 right now. Question 3 is a little bit different from question 1 and 2. Alright, okay, so what's the difference? Okay, you will see later, but there are still some conditions are given to you. Alright, so you have a science quiz, total 40 MCQ questions. Now for this MCQ is very unique because if you get the answer correct, you get 3 points. You will get 2 points deducted if you make an incorrect mistake. Okay, so that means they'll take away 2 points from you. Now Nicholas answered all the 40 questions and the total is 60 points. The question is, how many questions did he answer correctly? So let's look at all the conditions. Number 1, total 40 MCQs. Condition number 2, 3 points awarded if he gets 1 correct answer, but if you were to get wrong answer, each wrong answer, he get 2 points deducted. Condition number 3, he answered 40 questions. Condition number 4, total of 60 points. Okay, so let's try the first method. Method number 1, which is list and check. Okay, list and check. Now, of course, list and check we will draw a table. So maybe let me just draw my table first. You can actually get ready your ruler and your pencil. Alright, so let's see, what do I need? Okay, let me see. Okay, first thing I will need is I need to know how many correct answer Okay, that he got it correct. Okay, next, from the correct answer, how many points will be awarded? Okay, of course, if we are looking for correct answer, the next one we're looking at will be wrong answer. Okay, and remember, for each wrong answer, he got point deducted. So we also want to find how many points will be deducted. Okay, then after that, total. We need to find out we need to check for the total points. And lastly, the checking. Okay, and what are we checking? We are checking that the total, look at condition number 4, the total is it 60 points. That's very important. Okay, so that is the table that we have to construct. Okay, so let's try our first. Okay, so good to use pencil in case you need to erase off part of the table. So let's look at the first entry. All right, so since it is 40, let's divide it into 20. Okay, this, all right, so usually this is what I do. I know 20, I divide into halves, 20, so that I know later on, do I need to move up, do I need to increase or decrease, okay, based on the total points. Now if he has answered 20 questions correctly, meaning he will get 20 point. Condition number 2 say 3 points awarded, so 20 times 3. Now if you were to answer 20 questions wrongly, the question now, condition number 2 say he's going to get 2 marks deducted. Alright, so the total points will be, he got 60 points for the answer, for the 20 correct answer, minus 40 points for the wrong answer. Alright, so check 20, he should get 60, so this is wrong. Alright, okay, so 20 points now, that means it's too low, meaning to say that Nicholas actually has answered more correct answers, so that we can increase the total points. Maybe let's say I try 30. If he has answered 30 questions correctly, that means the wrong answer must be 10, because condition number 3 say he answered all the 40 questions. Okay, so if he answered 30 correct answers, 30 times 3, 90. Okay, and if we make 10 mistakes, that will be 20 marks deducted. That means the total points must be 90 minus 20, 70. Okay, cannot, the total must be 60. Okay, so now you see that the total is 70, but the actual total should be 60. So I have actually increased too many correct answers, too many. So you need to adjust. I purposely choose 30 so that to show you that now I have over increased. So now you need to decrease. Okay, so when you're doing list and check, you must understand that if you are too far away from the actual answer, you need to understand whether you increase or decrease. So now I need to decrease. So maybe I say I decrease it to 28. So now I decrease 28. If he has answered 28 questions correctly, that means he has answered 12 questions wrongly. Total must be always 40. Alright, condition number 3. So 28, each correct answer is 3 marks. So 28 times 3, 84. 12 times 2, deducted 24 marks. So 84 minus 24, 60. Yes, so that's our answer. Alright, so from here I will know that the question asking you how many question did he answer correctly. So correctly will be 28. Okay, answer is 28. So that is the first method using list and check. Now let's try method number 2. Okay, method number 2 is a bit different from question 1 and 2. Grouping method. Alright. Okay, so method number 2, again I'm doing grouping because I know of certain conditions. Okay, later. Now for this, let's make one assumption. Assuming he has answered all questions correctly. Okay, so I need to make this assumption for this question. Remember I told you the question 3 and 4 are very different from 1 and 2, alright, by using the same method to guide you. So if he would answer all questions correctly, 40 questions, he will actually get, each question is 3 marks. He will actually get 120 points. Okay, and I want you to know that this is the maximum he can get, okay, for the whole paper. He can only get 120 points. Okay. Now, if he were to make one mistake, okay, so one mistake. Now this is the part that I want you to understand. If you make one mistake, it's not 2 points. He actually lost 3 points because this is the number of points he will get if he get the question correct. Let's say for example question 1. Okay, let's take it as question number 1. If he gets question number 1 correct, he will get 3 points. Correct? But he got question 1 wrong. So not only he will miss out that 3 points, he will also get 2 points deducted. So in fact, he will lose 5 points. Okay, now this is the part that I want you to understand. Okay, if he would make one mistake, take for example question number 1. By right, if he gets question number 1 correct, he will get 3 points. However, if he get question 1 wrong, number 1, he will not get that 3 points. Number 2, he will get 2 points deducted from his total. So as a result, he actually will lose 3 plus 2, 5 points in total. Okay, alright. So now the question says that he scored a total of 60 points, condition number 4. Meaning to say, the points he has lost, total, he can get 120. But he only get 60. That means he actually lost 60 points. He actually lost 60 points. And if I were to find out how many wrong answers he gets, I will need to get 60 points. That is the points that he lost. Divide by 5, because this is the grouping. One mistake he make, he will lose 5 points. So he lost 60 points in total. If I were to divide by 5, I will get 12. That means this will be the wrong answer. Okay, this part might be not clear. That means the number of wrong answers that he had made is actually 12. By getting the points that he had lost, 60, divide by the points he will lose for each wrong answer, 60 divided by 5 is 12. That means the number of correct answers total is 40 minus the 12, 28. Right? Okay. So that is method number 2, grouping. So the most important part in which some of you might need some time to think about is this part here. Okay, you need to understand this step. Alright, so take a look at question number 1 and number 3, and after this video, spend the next, I would say, minimally 30 to 40 minutes for question number 2. Question number 2, please refer to question number 1, and question number 4, refer to question number 3. Alright, so now we will stop this video and spend the next 30 to 40 minutes, solve question number 2 and question number 4 on your own. Alright, look at how I have actually guided you for the next question, for the earlier 2 questions. Again, for this, you'll be using method number 1, which is the list and check, and you will be also using method number 2. Okay, so spacing wise, please do write a bit smaller so that you have enough space for 2 methods. Okay, so you will click on my second link later on after you have tried these 2 questions, question 2 and question 4. Alright, so I'll see you later.